Hi again. Today I get to talk about another one of the books that I love. Published in 1932, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World is one of the foundational dystopian texts. But is this Brave New World truly a dystopia? Sure, there's deliberate population control, and family as we know it doesn't exist. But on the other hand, there is a wider community. Everyone belongs to everyone, as Lenina Crown puts it. Everyone is needed and has meaningful work. And everyone's needs are met. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is safe. Everyone is happy. Well, not everyone, obviously, because that would make for a very dull story. Nice, perhaps, but dull. The three central characters, Bernard Marx, Helmholtz Watson, and John, do not fit comfortably into this highly engineered society that literally worships the creator of the assembly line. But by the end of the story, we find out that there is also an alternative provided for those who do not want the comfort and control of this society. And I will emphasize that in this case, it is an option provided, not a punishment forced on them. There is also apparently the threat of being forcibly exiled. And those who go, even by choice, aren't allowed to come back. So yes, there are some people for whom this manufactured, carefully controlled society doesn't work. But it's worth noting that they are the outliers. There are very few of them, and their needs are still provided for. And they're given choices about how they want to live their lives. Why, then, do so many readers, critics, scholars, and regular folks alike refer to this as cold or depressing or terrible? I would hazard a guess that it's because the reader is even more of an outsider than Bernard, Helmholtz, or John. On top of that, we are shown the structures used to maintain this society, and as complete outsiders, we can clearly recognize them as tools of control. We thus recognize that what the characters view as freedom and independent choice isn't. That they are deliberately maneuvered into selecting an option that is societally acceptable. Yet, very few readers take the next step and apply that reasoning beyond the book. That it is difficult for those within a society to see the mechanics that perpetuate it, and even more difficult to recognize them if we do see them. And if we are among those fortunate enough to fit in well in this society, it may prove impossible to do so. A lot of people also fail to recognize that Huxley is not only exploring the way people can be kept compliant, as long as they are kept from thinking too deeply or feeling too strongly. Quite often, readers complain about John, called the Savage, finding him unlikable and unsympathetic, even though he actually rebels against this pseudo-utopia. But Huxley isn't suggesting that we should reject all technology and just do whatever we want, regardless of others. This is why John is such an unpleasant and extreme character. Because we're not supposed to side with him either. Huxley definitely prioritizes the rational response over the emotional, continuing the Aristotelian tradition in Western philosophy. Yay! In fact, Huxley himself was something of a proponent of the practices his work seems to satirize. Of course, the idea of controlling the masses by keeping them comfortable is nothing new. Bread and circuses and all that. The alpha plus intellectuals are the ones in charge, after all, while others are literally prevented from developing the capacity for abstract thought. Those who experience and express strong emotions are outcasts or exiles. But the choice to focus on John, who is intensely emotional, in addition to being intelligent, pushes back on that at least a little bit. What I love about this book is the way that it illustrates that both facts and feelings, both individuality and community, matter. Rejecting or denying either one of them completely is harmful. In fact, as we see with John, it's possible to become over-emotional and overly analytical. He is so focused on how he feels and is so convinced that his ideas are the only ones that could possibly be right that he dismisses others' feelings and ideas. He excludes them just as much as he is excluded by them. The question raised, then, is that if it's neither true that everybody simply belongs to everyone else, nor that the ego is sacred while unity is vile, How much of ourselves should we share or even sacrifice for others? By refusing to provide us with a sympathetic protagonist, Aldous Huxley deprives readers of a cheap, easy answer. We must each find it for ourselves. But it can be helpful to check with others too. Bye for now, everybody.